Gemini, let's see what is this transition of Aquarius bringing to you. What am I talking about? January 23rd to February 19th. This makes more sense. It's much easier for me to pick it up. Monthlies make more sense for YouTube algorithm. You know what? I'm so freaking tired trying to bend myself around YouTube algorithm and what they say and how they do it, that I decided I'm not going to do it anymore. So there. Readings are going to be 15 minutes or less. That's because I still have pneumonia. My laryngitis did go away. I can talk, but when I talk, I tickle. My throat starts to tickle, and then you will see me from time to time stopping the reading in order to cough, which I don't want to cough in your own ear. So let's see what's happening for you, Gemini. Wow, the wheel. This is lovely. This to me always represents Jupiter. Jupiter is like basically protector of Sagittarius. This is the same, basically the same axis. So it's very, very important, kind of like how you look into that. This is like the playfulness where finally you're coming on top. And look at this, it's almost hermit. Did you have a stage where you were kind of like isolating yourself to just like the closest one, to the family, and you were only confiding in the very chosen ones? Because this looks like you can expand right now. You can feel safe. Yeah, in time you're going to fall down. It's going to be that direction as well, that's for sure. But in the meantime, let's kind of like see where this takes us during this month, which is going to be fun. You have the cat. You might do something really foolish. The Fool came reversed. When it basically happens, it means, hey, you're trying, you're exercising certain things, you're kind of like going in the directions that might not pay up, or anything like that. That's okay, no, right? And we have Demon Cat. Oh, I know what it is. Somebody is very sexy, or somebody is really, oh my gosh, it's so difficult to lure Gemini into anything. You are like such a proper sign. You always kind of like cross your T's and dot your I's. You always check if the gas is still on when you leave. Not. So you're like pretty much like us Aquarians. Everything is interesting. Oh my gosh, look at this, you know. And this is like what's happening. You might kind of like be led astray over here from what I see. This, when I see Demon Cat or Devil showing up, that to me can be appearance of either people who are not good for us, but who are like too exciting to kind of like be passed, or it could be appearance of our exes, somebody who, and that appearance of the exes doesn't have to be literal, right? So they can literally call you and kind of like pop in your life. You kind of like get a text message or WhatsApp message from them, and you're like scratching your head, I haven't heard from you in 20 years. What the heck are you doing in my life? This also could mean simply getting involved with things that are harmful, such as any addiction. Name any addiction. We all have addictions. Food, alcohol, drugs, cigarettes, working too much, lazy too much, name it. 7 of C. You are being a dreamer, a big dreamer. You're kind of like wondering, what do I want? There is like, caveat in this card, which is saying, be very careful what you wish for, because none of this is really real. These are just our illusions and our dreams. It simply could be one of the solutions that you will be enjoying, you know, your smoke, your pot with something. It's legal in Canada. And there's going to be lots of talks about something that's never going to go anywhere. So don't stay in this phase too much. But this is a very important phase to have. Dreaming and dreamers are important because that's kind of like a harbinger of something better to come. And then we have Earth Kitten here in the past. So maybe something with somebody who might be very different from you started, but it didn't go anywhere, or it felt like, oh no, we are too different and we're not going to fit, and you simply didn't like the snail phase of dealing with that. And that's why the Fool showed up, because Fool is air. It's kind of very kind of like flying everywhere. It's the God's card, right? And it's kind of like coming on this planet and everything is interesting. So let's go for catnip. Let's do the catnip. Why not? This is the first thing to do, right? So usually the words that you learn about any foreign language are, yeah, hi, how are you? and then you learn the swear words, right? So kind of like that's why it is. It could be really lots of fun. Just let's not forget you had the Wheel of Fortune over here. What is above you? It's Nine of Fire. Nine of Fire. So Nine of Fire is you are reassessing what you're doing. And let me just pause for a second. Pardon my coughing. I don't want you to listen to it. And this is really talking about consensus and trying to kind of like figure out if you're going in a good direction. It almost looks to me that you're kind of like trying to switch or trying to be with somebody else or trying to go in a new direction. You might actually have a Capricorn or Sagittarius or another Gemini hanging around you, and that can be very, very interesting. So also, guys, don't forget that at the end I'm going to link it to another reading, which is also reading for this month, where it's going to be addition to this reading, but you can get this information with your choice, not by me telling you. So stick around. And look at that, there is like development of some sort. Look at this consensus that we have over here, right? So this kitty here is this kitty, right? This could be this kitty. It's something exploding in your freaking face, but I don't mind this. And that's because I'm an air sign, and you will not mind it. That's because you're an air sign, and we kind of like go for a challenge. Yes, kind of like, especially if it's something with words, but it's going to be lots of things that will be demanding action over here from what I see. Because look at here, that was like kind of like, what do we do about it? How do we go about it? And then, okay, you were sitting on it for too long, you gotta move. This card also sometimes can signify secrets, and it could be like something just gets revealed, something is coming out in the open. There is like realization of some sort. Maybe somebody's wooing you and you realize, oh, you forgot to tell me you're married. Are you kidding me? Get out, kind of a thing, right? It could be like, poof, I have to react, and I have to react now. You are air sign, you will be able to do that. There's going to be no problem. And you're going to tell them what you think about it. This is like a Sky Tom. Unfortunately, he doesn't understand that maybe this is not completely safe to jump and get a little birdie because you can flop down, but you really don't care. Like, you're like really on the move, on the go, on the move. You really kind of like want what you want to say. Somebody's going to get a piece of you. Let me put it this way. We have full moon on the 9th, and I have a feeling that around the 10th, somebody's going to get an earful. This is actually a good card for us air signs. It's not so good for the recipient of this, because this really means telling people truly and honestly what you think about them, and you know that only air signs can take it and nobody else is really impressed when this happens. So I would suggest kind of like trying to, because remember, you're also dealing through the month of karma. Karma and how you conduct yourself will be very important, because over here it is literally telling you, if you kind of like go overboard and you blast someone, and that someone is not receiving this well, then you will really have to figure out how to kind of like retract back and earn your brownie points. What I like about this Sky Tom, that there is like it's kind of takes bravery sometimes to speak up words, right? It also, what I don't like is anger. But all I'm saying to you, it has to be righteous anger. It also signifies triumph. It could be that you might need to retreat and collect your thoughts. Maybe somebody is calling you, you're foolish, you're this, you're getting pounding from someone, and then you turn around and you say, just wait a minute. Let me tell you what I know and what I think. I had enough, kind of a thing, right? So keep in mind, it's going to be that moment over there around the full moon. And then you have the Sky King. You know what? This is going to be freaking awesome, because you speaking up, you developing this backbone, you kind of like standing up for you think what is right, for what you feel, you know, like, I mean, you have to do. Maybe also somebody's telling you here, wait a minute, what the hell are you doing? Why are you hanging around with this crowd? Why are you doing this? And you'll have a problem with that, you will tell them off. Because this really tells me that it's going to be either a reflection or somebody's going to step in of some kind of like, let's call it sanity, of some kind of like reason that the Sky King or the King of Swords is this really lovely king, right? He is the one who is very fair, he is the one who is perceptive, but he's also very strong-willed. So we are talking about supreme intelligence over here, right? From all of these basically faces, this one is the most intelligent, right? And there is like somebody who is maybe nudging you and saying, okay, what about this? So it could be a turnaround point there as well, but it looks like you really need to kind of like, and you met your match over here. You really did meet your match. And this person is going to be very patient with you, but it's also going to kind of modify you in a way that you're going to start shifting your own positions because of it. So it's what we are looking for in the choice of a partner, if you wish, not this. As I said, it could be, you know, also strong sex drive, that it is like, oh, heck everything, heck the logic, and heck this, I'm just jumping your bones over here. And then you realize, oh my gosh, this might not end well. So let's see hopes and fears. The Tower. So let's see, you know, you are air sign, so intelligence is highly developed. So you do know when things are going right and things are going wrong. So you know that proverb, that cat that kind of like jump on a hot stove is not going to jump on it again. Of course, I'm probably not saying it's right, and if anybody can kind of like straighten me out, please do. The Tower, sorry, I should have closed this. The Tower card is, to me, a really good moment. It's the moment that we should have frequently in our lives, where is this shaking our ego, shaking us to what we are. So it can talk about sudden change, it can talk about disgrace, it can talk about catastrophic transformation. It's clearly, none of this sounded really good, right? But what does it mean? It means like if you are on trajectory of doing something really badly to yourself, then this stops you. This kind of like shakes you back to this. And I really think a person to you is going to be a Tower moment. There's going to be this encounter, and you're going to start seeing things differently. And also at the same time, you're not going to like, nobody likes it. Nobody likes Tower moment. We are going to clarify this. But look at that, you are reaching that stability. This is actually a lovely couple. Earth Queen and Sky King. So you guys, this month is going to be the month of bravery. You are not going to heed anybody's advice, not even yours. You will want things to move very, very quickly, which during Aquarius transition, it's kind of like a good thing for you. So no matter what happens, even if you fall down in the mud, things are going to end up well for you. Even if, you know, you are the one who is doing something bad, things are going to end up well for you. But because you're an air sign, because you're an intelligence sign, you're going to realize your ways. You're going to realize how that really affects this kind of like big picture. And you're going to really ground yourself. You're going to have either help from a friend or confidant. This can be also a therapist. Somebody is really wise over here. And you guys are going to pull yourselves so nicely together by your bootstraps that you're going to end up on this Earth Queen note, which is like, hey, I'm comfortable where I am. I enjoy where I am. I kind of like know that things will be well. I have a roof over my head. I have food on my plate. And it's going to give you this specific way of understanding. It's a warmth of a kind. It's generosity. And it's kind of like you understanding how you have to connect with somebody's best interest at heart, right? So it also could be that kind of like I don't really think it's a Valentine's Day. I think it's going to be a little bit after Valentine's Day, maybe, I don't know, 16th and on. Then you might get some kind of gift, and or something is going to be perceived as a gift. So keep that in mind, guys. So I really hope this was useful. Do not forget, guys, that now it's a part 2, that you can kind of like see more information. Before we get there, I want to clarify certain things. And guys, consider subscribing. As I said, I really don't don't really want to, you know, insist on it if you want it. But let's check the devil. It could be a third party you're dealing with. Maybe you will be the third party. Maybe you have to think about the karmic consequences. It could be fun. Somebody's married, somebody's in a relationship. I'm not hurting anybody. It's not me who is doing it, it's them. You also carry karmic consequences. Think about it, because this is clearly pleasure seekers. Look, taking advantage of somebody of some sort. So even though if it's mutual, taking advantage of each other, be very, very careful about it. You're getting this big warning over here. It is time to move on. It is time to understand. Maybe you guys are, maybe you're kind of like trying to move on from someone and you feel this is the best way. Well, Tower doesn't show up if this is the best way. So let's check the Tower over here. Foe. See, it's not the best way. This person is not thinking about your best interest. Guess who should think about your best interest? Yep, you. Are you thinking about your best interest? Would you recommend the situation to a friend of yours? You really need to think along those lines. What else? I want to check the Ten of Fire. Something is turning in a new direction. You're going somewhere, but you're kind of like still waiting. It's a waiting stage. And this kind of like does make sense. You see, this card is like really interesting, right? Because she's sitting there and waiting. It's a king of us sitting by the phone. Is he or she going to call? And guess who put you in the situation? Guess who allow you to be there? If somebody's not good for you, it's very, very easy to deal with this, right? You keep meeting other people, you keep going in this other direction, because it almost looks like, look, something is going to explode in your face. Did I not tell you? So maybe you're waiting for answers, maybe you're waiting for closure. You can contact your cat tarot for this. This is really kind of like giving you their take, what they're thinking. So it also could be hoping. That's wanderlust, kind of like. So, you know, what can I advise you here? So I would say you guys need to look, you know, to the future with confidence. You need to not, you shouldn't give up hope, because something really good is really happening. You're really trying to find and look for reconciliation. You are really waiting for someone, right? And there is a challenge. You need to be really patient in this. But my question to you that I'm posing to you, is this the best for you? Is that what you want? Is this the best you can do? Or is it pointless? Is it vain? Are you really thinking that this person is absolutely beneficial for you, where we see this devil? Somebody could be very sexy, somebody can be really good and bad. But it's going to take time. And it's taking time and plays from somebody else who might be much better for you. And you're going to have this like wise counsel. I am not worried about you. You are going to be coming on the top. Something is turning. You're going to feel discomfort. In the end, you'll be well served. The Earth Queen is there. Sky King is there. So you have these guardrails, that's for sure. But nonetheless, you're going to have some inner let's say repositioning that is going to take place this month. So guys, don't forget the second part. To get your private reading with me, contact me via cattarot.ca, or my email is down in the description, mysticcattarot.ca. You know that I love you, wish you the best, and second part, just look up on the screen. Love you.